Hello, welcome to SBTV Africa. My name is Dolores, and this is the Naked Truth Show. As always, I bring you guests from across the world. And today I have with me Jesse, who is a photographer. And let's welcome him together. Welcome, Jesse.
Thank you.
So, your name, who Jesse is?
Well, I'm Jesse, as you are saying, and people know me to be Jesse, but my real name is Michael Ado, and I'm a videographer slash photographer, and I do a bit of animation as well.
Okay. Okay. Where did you grow up? And if you are Michael, how did your name become Jesse?
Well, actually, the name Jesse came out from a mentor I have in music, someone I was looking up to. I'm that type who like music a lot. I'm so into cools, like soulful music. So I was so interested in this particular artist. And
Who is that?
the artist is a musician.
I want to know the name.
I actually can't quite remember the full name, but then there was this name. He was Jesse something. So I just liked the name Jesse, and I took the name upon myself, and I was like, then let me just go with the name Jesse.
You are still in that childhood bubble.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, so let's go on. So, yes, that's why I became Jesse. But where did you grow up?
Okay, Jesse was born in Hacho, but then I grew up in different places. I grown up in the Zongos, most Zongos in Accra. I stayed a bit at Mamobi, a bit Nima, and a bit Fadama.
Okay.
So I was a bit that kind of stubborn person in general. So that's.
I think I was since you lived there, Zongo.
Yeah, I'm not good in but then when you speak, I can, answer a bit. Yeah.
But what tribe are you?
I'm a guy.
Okay.
But I'm a 50-50. I'm a guy in Ewe.
Okay.
Yes, so that's who Jesse is.
Okay. So growing up in the Zongos, how did that affect you? Because we know a lot of people who grew up in the Zongo, they didn't even want to go to school and all that. Was that a safe case for you?
Well, the word Zongo says a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So you growing up in the Zongo means you have to be a bit harsh and troublesome and stuff. And that was how I grew up to be. I was that guy who likes fighting, who likes trouble when I was young. And as time goes on, we are growing.
Okay.
So when you grow, you get to know there are certain things that are not needed to be doing. Involving yourself into trouble and stuff is not something you should be doing most of the time. So I got changed, and this trouble thing affected my school. So I was most people don't believe me when I tell them I didn't further my school. I didn't get far in my education.
But did you complete junior secondary school?
No.
You didn't?
No.
Wow.
There's the surprise side of me people don't really believe, because they are like, if I didn't complete junior high, how possible do I speak good English?
Yeah.
And I tell them, it's not about you going to the school, it's what's going to make you speak good English. It's about how smart you are.
Okay.
Yes. Even though I was that troublesome guy who likes to get into trouble most of the time, I'm very, very smart. And I easily pick things. So I learn my English from people. When I talk to people and they say words that I don't understand, I then go to Google and find out what the meaning of that word is, and then I keep it in mind. So next time when someone says such same words to me, I would understand what the person is saying, and I can also say some to some other people. Yeah, so that's how my English was being advanced. Yes.
That's quite smart of you, but not completing even JHS. How has that affected your life, your career, people you meet? I want to know it from each angle. You not having all this, you're not going to school. How has that affected your career, your people you meet, daily life, and even your life?
Well, I would say I wouldn't say that's affected my life, because all that I need, I'm getting it, or all that I was expecting, I'm getting it. But then The only thing that I would say it would affect is maybe when it gets to where things need to be like break down to the last drop. That's where I'll find difficulties, because you know, you can have the knowledge of home, but if you don't have the knowledge of school too, you would lack certain things. So that's my problem, or that's where I'll have the difficulties, because when it comes to maybe let's drag things out and break things to the last drop, I wouldn't be able to do, because
But are you able to write well, like
yeah, I
text
can
well
write.
and all that?
I can do that. That's not an issue.
Construct your tenses and everything well with your people you work with.
Yes.
Okay.
That's not an issue. But my issue is my main issue is, education is something as a must for everyone. So sometimes I regret myself for not being able to further my education that much. But hey, there are people out there that hasn't been to school before, hasn't furthered like the way I haven't furthered in school, but somehow, some way they made it.
Yeah.
Yes. So to me, I have this mentality of not being able to go to school doesn't mean that's the end of your life. Okay. So it could be that it's because of an issue or because of one or two things you were unable to further your education or complete your education, but that shouldn't stop your goal from being achieved. Okay. So that's how I say it. School shouldn't be your only way or your only route to your success. School is an additional thing that would help build your goal. Yes, but then the goal itself is within you. So you choose how the goal needs to go, and then you add the education to it to give it a bit formula, or let's say a style or a source to it to get your goal done.
But since you keep talking about education, how you wish you had, have you considered attend one of these mature schools?
Adult education. Well, no.
It's all for you?
That's all for me, because it's nothing that I should be focused on now, because where I've gotten in life now, education is nothing to me now.
Okay.
Yes. So because you can tell there are people that have been educated or are highly educated, but trust me, they don't have anything better doing. So just as I'm saying, education is something that needs to be attached to your life to help build. Yes, it shouldn't be something that you have to fight always to. Yeah.
Now let's talk about your career. What are you doing now? You mentioned earlier that you are into photography and all that, but before you go on, let me ask you: is that what you've always wanted to do?
Yeah. Actually, I wasn't someone who was into photography, videography.
When did that?
It started in the year 2009.
Okay.
That was when I had the feel or the feeling to enter into photography, videography, because I used to watch videos and movies and stuff, and I'm like, I like animation, so that was what pushed me into photography and also into videography. But then before, my real talent that I had was football.
Okay.
But because of one or two challenges, I wasn't able to complete. So I wasn't able to further my education. I had the chance to go play outside Ghana, but
what happened?
My dad was the reason why I wasn't able to go.
What did he do?
He was supposed to do some little bit of signing and fill some forms for me. And my mom and my dad are no more. So when the form was even given to me, I filled my side. My mom's side, I filled that side. But then no matter what you have to get one adult or parent to do that. So I was with my dad, so I needed him to fill the other part of it so I could continue. And I gave out the form to him to fill for me. So the day I gave it to him, I was about going to training, then I noticed he picked a pen and he was about filling the form. So I left because it wasn't needed at that very moment. So I left and played, and it took a while. When later on they came, the white people came to pick up the forms and go do their review and stuff and do their picking. And I went to my dad and I asked him of the paper, and he gave me the paper without filling the forms, filling the form. So I was like, I didn't open the form. I just took the form and then went straight to the training. and the white people came and they requested for our forms. I gave it out, and I was being told what happened to my dad's part is not being filled, and I was like, he has done filling the forms, and they were like no, and I was challenging them because I saw him filling the form. So the paper was given to me back, saying I can go through and see. When I checked, it was true. He didn't fill. He just wrote his name, and the remaining places were blank.
Why did you do that?
Well, that's how the story goes on. So when it happened like that, I quickly took the form and I ran back home to meet my dad. And when I went home, I didn't meet him. So I came back and gave the form out to them, saying there is no option for me because the time was due and they needed the form that very day.
Couldn't you have made anyone around sign?
The reason why I can't make anyone sign is because I've already done one for my mom. I can't make someone else, because if he do not approve that, they can't take me out. Because here lies the case, they are taking me outside Ghana. So if he himself did not approve, if someone else approves, then that person might be in trouble, or they might be in trouble the next time, or anytime they try to do something else. So that was what happened. And that day I was being told that I was being selected to be part of the people that were to be taken out of Ghana, but because of the form not being filled, they will have to drop me out. So they dropped me out and replaced it with someone else. And because of that, I felt football was not my thing anymore. I then ignored football because it was something I had passion for. So I dropped out of it, and then I just gave everything out that I used to play football with, and then that was it.
Do you resent what he did?
Yeah, I went to him and I asked him why he didn't sign or fill the forms, and told me whilst he was filling the forms, there was a call that came in. My dad is a contractor. He said there was a call that came in that was a contract for him, which was a big contract for him. So when the call came in, he needed to get there as soon as possible to do 1 or 2 things for the person who called. So that was what made him leave the form behind. And
how many minutes would signing take, or seconds would a signing take?
Well, it's up to him. I can't really tell what happened. The form would have, if you were to be sitting to write or to fill it, I think maximum like 5 minutes would have been done.
Exactly.
But I don't know what happened. He was saying that was one opportunity of his lifetime that came in that time.
That was also an opportunity, a lifetime opportunity for you as well.
Yes.
And he chose himself over your success.
Well, I couldn't really tell because I didn't think he really knew what it was really about. I can't blame him that much. I explained to him that there were people trying to pick up. He knew I was playing football, but he thought maybe they were signing me to play somewhere else in Ghana. But not. I didn't think he really read the whole thing to understand what it was about. So I couldn't blame him that much.
Do you think he still blames himself and regrets signing those papers? Looking back now, how football is, if his son was playing in the league now, do you think he regrets not signing those papers for you?
My dad,
if he's still alive.
My dad is still alive.
Do you think he regrets that?
He does not even care about that, because for him, what he was hoping for, he had it.
Okay.
So
he had his contract.
Yes, but with mine, it was just a minor thing to him. So I don't think he really regrets doing something like that. But to me, I felt it. But hey, that can't stop me from being someone else, or being something better, or achieving something else in life. So I just ignored and then moved on.
So that's when the photography started?
Yes, that's where the photography started.
Okay. So how long have you been into photography, and where did you start learning? Did you have a master who was teaching you? Let us know how one takes to become a professional. Do you just buy a camera, go here, I want to record that?
Actually, photography, I started photography way back And I used to take pictures with my friends, and I like taking pictures with my friends. So anytime I take pictures of my friend, they always love the pictures. So that was when I noticed that I have a talent for pictures. So later on, I had an opportunity to work with a church which had a camera, and I started with that, and I advanced myself. I didn't actually go to any training, or I didn't get myself involved or purchase any course to learn. My teacher, my master, my everything was YouTube.
Okay.
So I learned everything on YouTube. Every time I look at something and I'm like, I like this thing and I want to know much about it, I go to YouTube and I learn about it. And when I learn, I try to practice. So that was how, that's I would say my master or my teacher is YouTube. Everyone has his or her ways to understand YouTube. YouTube can be a good thing to you and it can be a bad thing to you. It depends on what you want and how you want it. That's what's going to determine how it's going to be with. So YouTube was where I learned about my videography, my photography. I didn't learn from anyone. I didn't go to anyone to teach me. I keep on watching tutorials, and when I watch, I practice. I watch, I practice, and I watch, and then that was what made me who I am now.
Okay. I'll come back to the YouTube thing, but let me ask this question. Equipment are very expensive.
Yeah.
Like the camera, the lights, and everything are so expensive.
Yeah.
And even the app you guys use to edit, you need to pay for something. How do you fund it?
Actually, I don't have my own camera as of now. But when anyone books me for work, there are camera rentals everywhere. You go, you rent, you go, you shoot, or you film, you come, and then you return their camera for them, and then you come and edit your footage or whatever pictures you have in your house. I have my own PC, which I used to edit, but I don't have my own camera and my own equipment. But I was able to buy, some little equipment that will be needed most of the time when I need to go film or take pictures. I was able to buy a little bit of them so that it doesn't be like when I'm able to get my own camera, it will be a difficult time or a hard time for me to be buying other equipment, this small gadgets. So I bought some of them, but then the main thing is the camera. But I'm not really making it a big effort, because if I tried doing that, then it was pushing me back. Because anytime you try to save money towards that, you end up noticing that there are things that keep on coming, and you'll be using the money for other things, and you wouldn't be able to save towards that because it's really expensive. So when I make a little bit of money or a little amount of money, I use that to purchase the little or the minor ones that will be needed when I go rent a camera. So it wouldn't be that I rent a camera, rent the other, all the stuffs. No, I rent just the camera. The other things, I own them, I use them, and then
Correct me if I'm wrong. You did say you started photography in 2009 or 2002?
It was 2009.
Okay. If it's been started, it's close to a decade, right?
Yeah.
And within that period that you've been working, you haven't been able to save enough to just buy one camera for yourself, then I could say that it's not a job that you could rely on. Can I say that?
I wasn't taking it serious at that then.
Okay. When did you start taking it serious?
I started taking photography serious, I think 2014.
Okay.
Yes, and I started taking my videography serious 2015.
Okay.
Yes, so I took them serious, and after taking them serious, I needed to work with some people to be able to raise some money to do that. But I noticed whilst I was working with the people, I was too open. So they took advantage of me, making me not being able to raise enough money to buy my equipment. So I worked with them. I've been changing people, being behind the scene, working with people, and I noticed it was wasting my time. So I'm now trying to raise something for myself to buy my own equipment. So I'm working on a contract base with companies. So with that, I would be able to raise enough money, and you wouldn't be too much controlled. You can go work for other people to make some money for yourself. But then if you're working with a company with a monthly salary, you are being stuck at one place.
Okay.
So you being stuck at one place means that you wouldn't be able to get extra income for yourself. That money you have will be used, sorry, for your expenses and rentals and stuff. And at the end of the day, you save nothing. So that's why I was unable to save. Yes.
Can I dare ask how much you were being paid at the previous workplace?
No, I can't really disclose that.
Give me a figure. Was it between 2,000 or more than that? Or it depends on how many jobs you make?
Yes.
It depends on how.
Yes.
Okay. But these days, anyone can just pick up a phone and make videos. Take pictures, good pictures actually. How does that affect a professional photographer?
Well, taking pictures with your phone is also another style of photography. But the funny thing is, you can compare a smartphone pictures to the.
Yeah, have you seen some of the pictures iPhone and Samsung take?
Yes, they do, but you can compare that to a digital camera, because with a digital camera you have so much room to do so much things. But with a smartphone pictures, you are limited to it.
But how does that affect a professional photographer? Your job?
Yeah, but it only affects it when the person psychs his or her mind that, look, I have phone that takes better pictures, so I don't need a photographer or a videographer. Look, there are so many photographers around that even don't know their work.
Okay.
They just go out there, they own the camera, they go out there, they just go take pictures and they come. They don't really know what they are doing.
Okay.
All they know is, I own the camera, I take pictures, I come and I give it to my client and I'm done.
Okay.
There are things that needed to be done on pictures, or
like what?
There are more editing that needs to go into a picture to make it. Taking picture is not just taking a picture. Taking picture is about telling a story. Do you get it? You being a photographer is not that. It's not about you taking out camera and go take pictures of random things or random people and say you are a photographer. You need to sell a story. Okay, the top-notch photographers in the industries, when you look at their portfolio or you go to their page or their social media handles and you look at their works, you notice they are trying to tell a story.
Okay.
The image that you see in the picture is telling you a story. It's not about you just going and taking random person and be like, no, I just took this trend, it's nice, and that's it.
Okay.
It needs to tell a story.
So whenever I go to an Instagram profile and I click, I'm supposed to read with you the story the person is telling.
Yeah, sometimes you don't even have to read the caption.
Yeah.
You just look at the image and the image itself will tell you the story you need to know.
Okay.
Yes, so that's what makes it a unique photographer, or someone who is a professional photographer. There are photographers here. Of course, there are a lot of photographers in the industry, but I wouldn't say we are all photographers.
What do you go through to get the perfect picture or the perfect video for a client?
This question, I don't think there is an answer to this, because it depends on the vision you have in your mind. You understand? Because there are certain pictures you will need to take and you have to go through a mess just to have that particular shot or that angle you want. So I can't really tell which or what mess I have to go through, but it depends on what vision or what style you have in your mind. That's going to determine how you have to kill yourself to get that particular shot. Or
okay,
yeah.
Which is more stressful, a wedding photo shoot or a birthday photo shoot, or occasions in general? Which one is more stressful?
I think it's the wedding ones.
What makes it so stressful?
Because wedding ones, you are limited into a smaller place. Let's say if this the place they have, your ideas need to be within this place.
Okay.
It can't go outside because you only have this room. Okay. So that's where your creativity have to come in. You have to go, if you have something, you have to make sure if that thing you need to bring into the photograph, the shot, would it make any sense to that particular picture or not? Okay. Do you get it? It's not about, you can take pictures of them, but then it wouldn't make any sense. And sometimes too, you when you get outdoor pictures, the environment also counts. You end up being exposed to an environment that you will notice there is nothing interesting there you can use to get a nice image, and that's a headache for a photographer to go take photos or videos for a wedding or engagement. So I would say it's very hard to film or take pictures of wedding people and engagement people than the other ones.
Have you found yourself losing a client's pictures or videos after the shoot before?
Yes.
What happened and how was the reaction? Because then I go to imagine you come to my wedding, okay, and you shoot and you lose all those pictures. What am I supposed to do?
Yes, so that's one thing that we photographers always go through. That's our one main issues that we have, which mostly happens to be our SD cards, the media we store our files on. Sometimes yes, it gets corrupted, and here lies the case. You have been paid, and if the worst part is when you don't own your camera and you go rent out a camera to come do that, and you notice that the charges you gave the person wasn't the right amount you needed to charge the person. You were just trying to compensate the person, and you took this amount, and you end up noticing that the camera you took was bad, because here lies the case, it's a random camera you are renting. You wouldn't know if there's faults or issues with it or something, or maybe the SD card has issue or something. You go do whatever you want to do, and when it gets to time, you get to post for it to go edit, and you notice everything is like corrupted. Some go through hell doing like going to such situation. So yes, it's something everyone goes through. As
what did the clients do to you when you lost the purchase?
Actually, I didn't lose the pictures. I had the pictures, but they were all not good.
So what did you do?
I told the clients to come for a reshoot. I would find someone else to go rent a camera, or find a friend to get the camera from, and then do a reshoot for the client. But she said no.
Okay, so in that case, are you going to take care of their makeup, their accessories, everything, just to make up, or the client needs to redo everything by themselves?
No, the client will take the cost of the makeups. I will take the cost of.
You lost the purchase. It wasn't me. It was due to your fault. Like your camera.
It's not my fault. Also, it's
no. As a professional photographer, right? Your job is come take pictures of me. Which camera you use or whatever, it's not my fault, right? I'm paying you to deliver, and now you went ahead to lose all those pictures. Okay, you went ahead to lose all those pictures. Now, why do I have to go through the struggle to pay for a makeup artist and do my hair and all that just for you to take a photo of me again?
Well, I
was saying it's for free because you're about to take it for free again. It doesn't add up.
The thing is, it's like when you let's say, for instance, this couch we are sitting in, it's yours, and you have a friend that came. Let's say, for instance, I'm sitting here with you, and mistakenly, I'm here with you, and something got spots on the couch. Are you going to say because I'm your friend, but then you have to give, because I sat in the couch and it got spots, I would have to take cost of the whole thing?
You're saying you're a friend. Your client is not your friend.
Yeah, I know, but here lies the case. You also have to compensate the person, because it's not his wish or will for the photos or the pictures to be corrupted or missing. His job is to come take pictures of you and deliver your work to you, your files to you. But then along the line, something happened.
This matter go long.
Yes.
So long. So let's move on to the next one. This matter go long.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
What's been your experience with your most difficult client? Like someone you worked with, it was like, this client is so difficult. Experience with the most difficult client ever.
That's the only challenge that I had. The client I was talking about, I took the picture, the images were off, and the images turned out to be all bad.
Okay.
And she was insisting I need to pay her
to refund her money.
Yes, refund her money for her. And I was like, the money I took from you wasn't the right amount, and the money was all being put into the rentals.
Do you do boudoir shoots?
Boudoir shoots.
Like naked shoots?
It depends.
Yeah.
Actually, I've not done something like that before, but
Are you open for it?
of course, it's my profession, so why not?
I say it's my profession.
Yes,
so
it's
why
my
not?
profession, so why not? So why can't I do such?
Let's talk it up by what's the way forward for you now? What are the upcoming projects you have now? And you can, if you're open for jobs, tell people, this is your camera, tell them you're open for jobs now. If you have any upcoming things that you want to do or you are doing, promotions that you're running, you could put it out there. Your social media handles, your number. If someone wants to take pictures of you, you want people to visit your pages to look at your work, this is your camera. Tell them all about it.
Okay, so this is Jesse, and I'm a photographer, videographer as well, and mainly I'm mostly switching my works to videography now. Mostly I'm doing music videos and engagements, everything video mostly is what I'm doing now. And you can visit me on JW underscore photography on Instagram, which is my photography page, and I have JW Multimedia, which is my videography page as well. So you can visit my page and do more booking, and also you can contact me or text me via WhatsApp on 0246879981, and I'll be glad to assist you and give you any further inquiries that you need to know about my work. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me rewind back. Are you dating?
I'm not.
Because photography comes to a lot.
Yes.
I know dating.
I used to date, but I had some glitches with my partner, so we are separated for some while now.
Is it because of the photography?
Perhaps.
You know, this guy was the one who shot SDK and I on that Nobra Day picture. I don't know if you guys saw that video of me and SDK, but he's the guy behind it. And girl, you are right on breaking up with this guy because behind the scenes, you never know what's going on. Oh, but is that enough reason to break up with a guy?
I can't really tell, because that question is not something. I'm not a female to answer that. I'm not the right person to answer that.
Maybe you bring so much pictures to that, like when you're editing and you see the girls, you take pictures of and all. Maybe it's intimidating.
I think most of the time is because I get messages or text messages from females.
Okay.
So she thinks maybe there's something going on.
But you weren't cheating?
No, because I'm that faithful guy. Okay. Yeah, very faithful. So she thinks maybe I'm trying to beat around the bush, because I'm that type who is very gentle and very sensitive when I'm talking to ladies. So she might think maybe there's something going on that I'm not telling her because of how polite I am when I'm talking to ladies and stuff. So that's what makes her think maybe I'm cheating or something.
Don't worry, the right one will always come along. But I forgot to ask this question. Have you taken pictures of a client who wanted to repay you with sexual favors?
I think once.
Once?
Yes.
So did you reject or you took the offer?
I didn't take the offer.
Why?
Because look, it's my profession. I don't have to be doing that, because so far as I take that step, that means I would have to always take in that step. And you being that person who takes that kind of things or opportunity, that means you wouldn't be able to go further. Okay. Yes, so that's the reason why I rejected it.
What about clients who are like, okay, I have a large social media page, take pictures of me and build your portfolio. Maybe those people that come, like, I come a celebrity, why don't you take pictures of me and I'll hype you with it. Do you take those offers?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, doesn't mean you're going to accept my offer as well?
Of course. But if it would not be something that will lead to something else, why not?
Okay.
Yes, because that's what I want to do. I've been behind the scene for a very long time. Okay. So if it's something that's going to sell me Why not?
Yeah.
Look, for instance, I've been doing things for people for free.
You can always contact him. He left his number and all. And if you are willing to do pay for the camera and hype him as well, yes, you need to give credit where it's due. So, Jesse, thank you so much for coming on the Naked Truth Show. I had
Thank
so
you
much
too.
fun having you here. Thank you once again. So, guys, that was Jesse, the photographer. Please don't forget to go to his social media pages and follow and check him out. And if you want someone for your wedding, a personal photography, and all, he's up, open and up for that. My name is Dolores, but D herself on all social media platforms. Don't forget to subscribe to SBTV Africa. More to come your way. Bye.
Are you ready for great news this 2023? Are you looking for a media group to cover your event? J.W Media is your one-stop media for all your photo shoots, engagement shoot, wedding shoot, party shoot, and all event shoot. We also cover HD video coverage for all events for less rate. We are also known for our top-notch logo animation and business ads animation for jobs. DM us for any more inquiries at 0246879981. Oh, and remember to follow back on Instagram and Facebook at JW Media. Thank you.